What's up, guys? Cipher Pol 808 back again, and we are back again for some more One Piece action. Today we got chapter 1059 titled Captain Koby Incident. All right, guys, so if you remember at the end of the last chapter, there was a lot of hype. We got some new bounties. We saw some stuff with the revolutionaries. We saw Dragon saying he wouldn't forgive Sabo if he, actually did kill Cobra. And then we had Sabo call in, and that's how the chapter ended. So let's jump right into this. All right, the cover story. Okay, somehow we have Oven and Katakuri looks like they're taking each other out, and it says the effects of Caesar's hallucinogenic gas. All right, so Caesar Clown trying to buy his way out of there, making Katakuri and Oven fight each other. But let's see, what's the chapter hold in store for us? All right, so near Sphinx's Whitebeard's homeland, New World. All right, thanks again for the ride. So we see, looks like Marco's maybe getting ready to part ways here. And then he's like, wait, you're really not going to join the crew, Marco? And they're like, quit dreaming. I'm way too old and worn out. All right, we see Marco. He's got like a bandage on his head and everything. He's like, I can't keep playing babysitter to you great pirates anyways. All right. Oh, is this Shanks over here? Hey, it's not like a handful or anything. Back me up here. Afraid I can't. And then we see Lucky Roo. He's just, cracking up. He's eating. All right, and we see Marco. He turns into, his phoenix form. He starts flying away and says, see you around. And then, all right, okay, so we're going back. We're getting a little bit of a flashback right now. We're going back to Wano. It says a little earlier, back in Wano. And then someone was like, huh? Seriously? He's like, you're not leaving with us? Come on, be a pirate. All right. Say it ain't so, Yamato-chan. All right, we're getting the explanation of why Yamato wanted to stay around. All right. So, okay, we see Yamato right there. We see Jinbei. We see Luffy. It says, you probably already know this, but that force guy was only driven off thanks to whoever caused that immense burst of haki. Kaido might be gone now, but his absence has only opened up the floodgates. All right, so Yamato is recognizing the fact that without her father present, Wano's kind of ripe for the picking unless someone stays behind to defend it. And then we see Yamato, giving a little wink right there. She's like, can't just abandon everybody now, can I? Especially after you just fought to save them. You can't just turn around and abandon them right there. And then, okay, the next panel, we see Yamato's grinning, but Luffy's got this he's all mad. And besides, I doubt either of us would enjoy our adventures if we were always worrying about Wano. And then we see Yamato, she's like this, like getting all stoked. But man, I still really want to be one of your crewmates. So it seems like Yamato still has every intention of joining, the Straw Hats. What are you guys feeling? You guys think maybe a few chapters down the line, or maybe, a next mini arc or something, we'll go back to Wano, pick up, hit him on them? What are you guys feeling? We see Luffy. He's like, I guess you got a point. That would be a load off my mind. Okay. And Momo, or she's like, okay, you leave Momo and the others to me. All right. Careful, Yamato. Momo has a lot of pride. Don't wound it. I know. I'll find another reason for me to stay. All right. So Yamato's like, okay, I need to stay around to help protect Wano while Momo's, kind of coming into his own. But I can't exactly tell him that because I don't want to offend him. So she's like, don't worry about it. I'll figure something. I'll tell him something. All right. And then we see Marco kind of flying overhead right there. And he's yelling down to Luffy. And he's like, there's a ship nearby that'll give me a lift. All right. So he must be referencing over to Shanks. And they're like, Marco, leaving already? He's like, yeah, gotta go. He's like, you saved me back in the summer. Okay, so this is Luffy kind of having a little flashback to when Marco saved him during the Summit War. Jinbei, take Ace's brother and go. All right, so you guys remember that epicness. Kainu was just coming after them. Jinbei was trying to take them. Marco and the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates. Everybody was giving everything that they had in order to try and protect Luffy because he was Ace's brother, and that was kind of the last thing that Whitebeard had ordered them to do was to protect Ace's brother. All right. And then we see, looks like he has something to say to Jinbei real quick. And he's like, back then we also seemed ready to spring into action. Makes you wonder why, doesn't it, Jinbei? And then Jinbei just starts chuckling. He's like, oh, that was a long time ago. But he's like, I'm sure Ace would be proud of the man you've become and to see how far you've come. And then we just see Luffy all grins. He just like starts chuckling. And he's like, oh, really? That's a pretty big compliment because Marco, was a really good friend of Ace, spent a lot of time with him on the Whitebeard Pirates. So for him to say that, that's got to be a little reassuring to Luffy that he's living up to his brother's expectations of him. And then Marco, as he's flying away, he's yelling out, he's like, this time belongs to you, youngsters. And then, okay, so now we're going to see him join up with Shanks' crew, maybe? Okay, no, we're going back. All right, so We already know what happened with Mihawk, Buggy, and Shanks as far as forming the Cross Guild, but now it looks like we're gonna go find out what happened to Boa Hancock and the rest of the Amazonians. And they're like, okay, so looks like maybe they were under attack as you're seeing the island, and someone's saying, oh, the town is in bad shape. As long as I'm here, okay, so this is Boa talking. She's like, as long as I'm here, the Navy won't stop coming for my head now that they've rescinded my status. All right, since it's come to this, I think I'd better. And she's like, in all this turmoil, she's like, well, the Navy's coming after my head. And, if I stay here, they're going to keep attacking the Isle of Women. So I guess there's only one thing left for me to do. And you would think that would be, to either leave or to go face them head on. She's like, no, time for me to leave and go marry Luffy. Oh, little heart's probably going to start floating around. And then Grandma Neoji over there, she's like getting all mad. Or Grandma Neon. And then, okay, we see a few weeks prior. So this is, when we saw that the Shishibukai were being abolished, and we saw, I think it was Koby was heading towards Amazon Lily to capture Boa Hancock. And we just see, looks like the Navy's just barraging them. Almost kind of gives me flashbacks to like a Buster call almost. And then we see, okay, we got a Vice Admiral over here, Yamakaji. Oh, we're busting out the new pacifistas, it looks like. All right, so he's telling everyone to deploy the new pacifistas. And then they're like, okay, and get ready to record what happens. All right, so maybe this is kind of their first, field test since they've kind of been upgraded. And then what do we got over here? And he's like, who is that? I can't fight a chapter. Wait, what? The chapter of overwhelming strength also. Wait, who the hell is that? We just see little wings on the back, and it's a Lunarian, it looks like. A little child Lunarian. And then it says, okay, we see a Navy man, or someone's like, warship spotted, watch the stern. And then who? Oh, is that Blackbeard we see coming up right there? Is that one of Blackbeard's ships? It looks like it. Oh, man. Attention from the shores, pirates incoming. An Emperor's crew is here. Oh, man, the Blackbeard pirates are showing up. All right, and you just see this sea quake, all the ships looks like they're starting to get turned over in the ocean. And then you see his laughs. And the Sea Kings will notice us. And then, oh, damn, here it is. The Emperor in all his glory, that evil bastard we all love to hate, Blackbeard. And it looks like he's got some of his Titanic captains with him. And then he's like, oh, I've come for the Pirate Empress. I won't let a power like hers fall into the Navy's clutch. Oh, damn. So does that mean Blackbeard is coming, to recruit Boa? Or is he coming to kill her and give her power to one of his crewmates? What are you guys feeling? I think it's going to kind of depend on her decision. Obviously, maybe it looks like it probably failed because this is a flashback, I think. But we got Katarina and Devon right there. And she's like, oh, she starts cackling. And she's talking about how beautiful Hancock is. And she's talking, oh my gosh, she's like, yeah, her head would make a wonderful trophy. So still bloodthirsty as ever right there. Katarina Devon. All right. And then it says, I think that's Vasco shot right there. And it says, you can have your way with her after we... Okay, so they really are intending on taking her powers. Hang on, don't you think we could have more fun with her if we took her alive? So they're definitely intending on killing Boa Hancock. Oh, man. Okay, and then we're going back to the Vice Admiral over there. And then they're like, we need you to order us to engage Blackbeard. He's like, hold on. Let me see what HQ has to say. And then the next panel, just Blackbeard, smashing using the Quake Fruit. And he's like, I'm not here for you, flea. So he's like, get out of my way. And then, okay, he's calling out there. He's like, get out here, Boa Hancock. And then what do we got? Okay, Koby jumping in the mix. We see Koby coming in. And he's like, I can't say I'm surprised. We expected other pirates to want a piece of the former warlord. So I guess, they were anticipating this when they abolished the Shishibukai, that some pirate organizations were going to try and come in and scoop up the warlords, being how strong they are. Might as well take advantage of them being, free agents again. And then, okay, wait, hold up. So we see Koby walking into Amazon Lily, and he's calling out to Hancock, but he's not there to capture. He's saying, Hancock, we're not looking for a fight. Maybe. Oh, wait, never mind. I spoke too soon. He says, if you surrender yourself to us, I promise we'll leave immediately. All right, so they are literally only there for Boa Hancock. Not the rest of her crew, not the rest of the Amazonians, just her. And then, okay, we see Sandra, Sonia, and Marigold over there. And they're just yelling at, they're like, let us handle this. And you kind of see right in the background, real small, you see Boa sitting on her stake. And then she's, big panel, she just looks pissed and she's like, don't waste your breath. I'll never submit to another's captivity. All right, so if you guys remember, she still got that, what is it, the soaring dragon hoof or whatever on her back, the scar. And her and her sisters, were slaves with the celestial dragons. They suffered at their hands. That's how they got their fruit. So she's like, no, I will never go back and, subject myself to be anyone's slave or anyone's captivity. And then, we see her. We see the legs. She's getting up. She's starting to walk. And then, okay, we're going back. We're looking over there, and it's Boa Hancock, or not Boa Hancock, but we're going over to Blackbeard. And then they're screaming for, it looks like his ship's over on the side. They're screaming for him. They're like, Commodore Teach, save us. So it looks like Boa's coming out to play. And then, wait, no, this is the kid that's causing everything. So he's recognizing it. This has got to be some Lunarian or something, or maybe this is, when they captured King, they figured out a way to use his powers to kind of build the next PX, since they already had the PXs with Kuma. And he just has this look. He's freaking out right now. He's like, you're kidding. White hair, brown skin, and black wings? You guys aren't serious. This kid took all of you down by himself. And seriously, it reminds me of a young King right there. And then he's just like, PX? So that's the new PX, is a Lunarian. What the hell? And then, don't tell me, he's a pacifista, and it looks like literally, that mountain from Amazon Lily, you see a huge slice go through it. Like, damn, how strong is this pacifista? And Blackbeard's like, damn it, a pacifista brat? What the hell is going on? Oh, damn, okay, we're going head to head right here. So we see Blackbeard, and he rears back, and he smashes right against the kid, this PX kid, but he ain't budging. And then the next panel, you see Blackbeard's face. He's freaking out, like, why isn't he, falling to me? And then, okay, now he's trying to use Black Hole to suck him in. Let's see what happens. We see everything, all the Kuja's buildings being sucked in and everything like that. And then, okay, no, Boa Hancock coming in. She fires off a slave arrow, and you see everyone just flying back, getting turned to stone right there. Okay, and then we see, they got Helmeppo right there, and they got Vice Admiral. Okay, so everyone's getting messed up in this fight. And then we see the pacifista right there, and it looks like Koby's trying to call out the pacifista. And he's like, hey, stop that. You'll smash the people who have been turned to stone. All right, so Koby, clearly worried about his comrades right now that Boa Hancock is turned to stone. He knows, if they get knocked over and they get shattered, like, there's probably no way of putting them back, so they'll essentially be dead. And then we see Hancock, she's getting ready to do another attack. She's like, perfume. And Koby's just like anticipating the attack. He's freaking out. He's looking at her. No! Oh, damn. Okay, guys, we got Blackbeard, and he's got, the darkness around his arm, and he's got Bull right by the throat right there. And we see Koby just on his knees, kind of right before him. And then we see everyone, all the Amazonians kind of looking on. And they're like, no, Snake Princess. And then we see Katarina Devon. I see they don't call you Empress for nothing. Looks like they got turned to stone too, Katarina Devon and Vasco shot. And then, we're getting Boa's bounty right now. It says, former Warlord, Pirate Empress, Boa Hancock, bounty, 1.659 billion berries. And then, look, we got Teach over here. Bounty, 3.996 billion. Oh, man. Okay, and then we see Koby over there. He's like, what do I do? So he's like freaking out. He's like, okay, what can I do? Everyone's been turned to stone. Blackbeard's here. Like, this mission has just completely got turned on its side. Like, what the hell am I going to do? He's like, most of the morons on my crew are petrified. So he's like, damn it. So good on you, Koby, for not being able to get turned to stone. And then we see, okay, we're going back to Blackbeard. He's like talking to Bull. He's like, I've had my eye on you and your power for quite a while. So he definitely has eyes on her power. He's like, my beauty is what makes this power formidable. So who could he possibly give it to on his crew? Or I guess Katarina, well, no, she already has a fruit, unless she can get 2 fruits. But I don't think so. And then it says, if you kill me, all your little friends will remain statues forever. Whoever inherits my power won't be able to release them. Okay, so she's kind of guaranteeing her safety right there. She's like, "Hey, you want to kill me? Go ahead, but you'll never be able to turn your crew back to from stone. Even if someone else inherits my power, because I'm the one that turned the stone, they won't be able to turn them back." So a little bit of a safety net right there. I'm liking it, Boa. And then we see Koby. He's just like looking on. He's just like, oh, in his mind, he's thinking, he's like, man, she's way trickier than I thought she'd be. All right, and then we see, okay, pans back out even further, and then you see kind of Luffy's picture in the background on the kingdom, and says, "Seems like we're on a bit of an impasse, doesn't it, hero?" So he's talking to Koby right there. He's like, "You did me a favor at Rocky Point. All right, so we're gonna find out what's going on, kind of why Koby really, shot up in the ranks. That made it possible for me to oust Ochoku and become the boss of Pirate Island. All right, so who the hell is Ochoku?" He's like, "If I unhand the woman, do you reckon she'd play nice and change everyone back to normal?" So he's like, "Do you really think she's gonna play nice?" And then we see Koby, and he's all bloodied up. He's like, "It'd be a headache for me if she didn't restore the Marines." He's like, "I'll do it if you two get off my island." All right, so she's negotiating with her right now. She's like, "All right, you want your Marines turned back to from stone. You want your captains turned back from stone. I'll make you a deal. I'll turn them back if you two promise to leave my island." And all right, what do you guys think Blackbeard's response is going to be? He's like, "I just don't buy it. The way I see it, if I let go, you just turn us to stone, right?" All right, so Blackbeard, sometimes he's kind of stupid, but on other times, he's a pretty sharp guy. So he's like, "What's to stop you from turning me to stone if I let you go? Your word's not, you're a pirate, so I don't know if I'm really gonna buy what you say." He's like, "I honestly don't think any man can resist your charms." And then what do we got here? He's like, "I guess I gotta kill you." It's a real head scratcher, but maybe he's just figuring, "Oh, I'll just have to replace my captains, I guess." And then all of a sudden we see Koby. He's like, "Wait, wait, wait." He's like, "Please, please don't throw all these lives away." He's like, "I knew the Navy would lay siege to this." Is this Rayleigh? Is this Rayleigh coming over here? And he's like, "But I didn't think the terrain would get this devastated. Sorry I'm late, Hancock." Hell yeah, Rayleigh's showing up to save the day. Okay. Says Whitebeard's old apprentice, huh? I know it's immature to admit this, but I really don't like you. So this is Rayleigh talking to Teach. He's like, "I really, even though you were on Whitebeard's crew," he's like, "I don't like you." Hell yeah. And you just see Blackbeard, even with two devil fruits, he just is like, like freaking out right there. And then you see Boa, she's just like, "Rayleigh, you showed up." And then Koby's just freaking the hell out right now. He's like, Silver's Rayleigh, what? Freaking out. All right. Oh my God. All right, guys. So next panel, you just see Rayleigh, and he just grayed out. And he just looks pissed. And he says, "Hancock, release everybody that's been turned to stone. I will ensure this de-escalates without issue." So kind of like how Shanks showed up to the war, we got Rayleigh showing up. He's like, "Turn them back. I'll deal with this situation. Then the invaders will leave this island." And he's like, "I'm not going to allow any funny business." All right, Blackbeard, you got enough balls to take on Silver's Rayleigh, this old man? And apparently the answer was no, because now we're going back to the present day. All right. We see, oh, it looks like, okay, we got Shaki in the next panel. We got Shaki, Rayleigh sitting down, and we see Boa. She's just, kind of bruised up from tangling with Blackbeard right there. Wait, 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 wait. Get the hell out of here. Okay. Former Empress of Amazon Lily from 2 generations ago, ex-captain of the Kuja Pirates, Shakuyaku. So we see Shaky is actually a former pirate empress herself. So you got, Grandma and the owner over there. Then you got Shaky, and then I think one more generation, and then you got Boa. It looks like. Oh man, progress sometimes can cause new problems. Like, dude, what? I can't believe Shaky was a former empress of Amazon Lily. And then they're like, even the calm belt isn't safe anymore with Vegapunk Sea Stone paddle ships out there. All right, we're throwing Vegapunk's name out there again. What are you guys feeling? Is he good guy, bad guy, chaotic neutral? What are you guys thinking about this man? Because his name always kind of seems to come up, but sometimes not really in the way that you think. Like, they're talking about, oh, it's Sea Prism Stone paddle ships out there making, the calm belt not safe. But at the same time, he turned Kuma into PX, but he allowed Kuma to protect the Thousand Sunny. And then, something like, oh, he created the devil fruit that Momonosuke ate, but he called it a failure and wouldn't give it to the world government. So, I want to believe that Vegapunk is a good guy. Yeah, let me know what you guys think Vegapunk is. But let's see. Okay, let's go back. All right, between the Navy's new weapon and Blackbeard's arrival, I thought we were done for. All right, yeah, let's talk about this Lunarian PX child showing up over here. And then Rayleigh's like, to be frank, we got lucky. Circumstances allowed me to resolve things with my reputation, but I've gotten old. So Rayleigh's like, coming to that realization, like it worked this time because of who I am and the reputation that I built up. But he's like, at the same time, I'm an old man now. Like I'm not what I once was. And then what do we see? He says, I'm pretty certain I wouldn't win a head-on fight against Blackbeard these days. But even so, Blackbeard still was terrified the second that he saw it was Rayleigh. And then we're going back to Bo over here. And then it says, okay, she's realizing that the Navy, that she just met her replacement. Like, okay, we abolished the Warlord system, and you saw the first round of the PXs at the Paramount War, but this is why we felt comfortable abolishing you now, because we got this damn, Lunarian PX child that just laid waste to Amazon Lily, essentially. And then we see Marigold and Senator Sonia, and they're like, even after everything, those two don't have a single scratch on them. And then, okay, we're going back and we're seeing, okay, so this child, it was bizarre. One of them looked just like Big Sis did when she was a kid. Okay, so did they steal her DNA or somehow, or what's going on? You see this Lunarian child with the Kuja, snake earrings, but then she's got like these stars in her eyes. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but she looks like she's gonna be crazy. So it's like a blending of something they got from Boa Hancock when she was, being held as a slave, as well as King when he was being held captive by the world government. Looks like somehow Vegapunk found a way to like blend their DNA or their lineage factor and turn them into PXs, or some crazy shit is going on with this PX child. And then okay, what do we got over here? It says yes, we'll be docking at Egghead Port soon regarding the kidnapping of Koby. No, Blackbeard, did he take Koby? Captain Koby, the hero of the Rocky Port incident, has been abducted by one of the four emperors, Blackbeard. His current status is unknown. Oh, hell no. And it says, word spreads across the world. Damn. All right. You guys know, even though that Koby is a Marine officer, if Luffy sees that Blackbeard kidnapped his friend, like, Luffy is not going to stand for this. Like, Luffy's got to do something, got to make some moves, got to head to Full of Lead Island or wherever the hell Blackbeard is going to be hanging out, in this upcoming arc. But the fact that they took Koby, like, is this going to kind of bring into Sword more kind of into play? Are we going to see, maybe Aokiji kind of do something to kind of help keep Koby alive or keep him safe while he's in Blackbeard's, capture? Are we going to see more from X Drake kind of showing back up and coming into the fray? Like, all right, I can't believe Blackbeard took Koby. Like, we got this Lunarian PX child, Rayleigh showing up at Amazon Lily. Like, shit was going crazy. Things were blowing up, and then he just strolled in there and was able to stop it. But like, how did Koby willingly go with Blackbeard in order to save his men? Like, what are you guys feeling? I mean, he is the hero of the Rocky Port incident, so I'm guessing that's what Koby did. He volunteered, or convinced Blackbeard to just take him and leave the rest of the Marines alone. But yeah, that was a crazy ass chapter. That new PX, especially looking like Boa Hancock as like a child. Like, I just, what are you guys feeling for this chapter? What are you guys rating it? Do you guys like the new design of the PXs? What do you guys think was the reason they switched from the Kuma PX to this Lunarian Child PX? I'm guessing because of the durability of the Lunarians. Plus, I don't know why she looks like Boa Hancock. Like, there's got to be a reason why or something. It can't just be aesthetics. I don't believe it, but it could be. But yeah, that was a hype chapter. Let me know what you guys thought about in the comments. If I missed anything, please let me know. Other than that, have a wonderful day.